September is here, and with it the spirit of celebration and national pride. Every year, Belizeans mark the historic Battle of St. George's Key, a naval clash between British settlers and Spanish forces that took place on September 10, 1798. But behind the fanfare and flags is a lesser-known story of courage that helped to shape our nation. It all started with 14 men, 12 free black men and 2 white settlers who made a bold decision in Flowers Bank. Known today as the Flowers Bank 14, they chose to stay and fight rather than flee, standing up to the threat of the Spanish invasion. Their bravery laid the foundation for the victory we celebrate today. William Croft, David Dawson, Caesar Flowers, George Rayburn. These aren't just ordinary names. These men are considered heroes, and their legacy lives on. A monument was erected in their honor in Flowers Bank Village, a community we visited and spoke with an ancestor of the Flowers and Rayburn families about the decision they made that would change the course of the nation's history. He's 75-year-old Reuben Rayburn.
Those people, they wanted to keep their freedom, right? And so they thought it was very important to really fight for the benefit of this country. And so I believe that's one of the reasons why they decided to attend that meeting. And then, so that's how it came about. Well, that's my opinion, but I think that's what they were thinking too. They wanted to stay free. And so they decided, yes, it's important, let's attend the meeting.
In 1797, the Spanish were planning to invade the British Honduras to take hold of the land. Their intent was to expel the British settlers. So a public meeting was called to decide on whether the settlers should abandon the settlement or stay and fight.
They were free slaves. And so they decided to attend the meeting. And so they went to Belize. In those days, as far as I can tell, when these people who live along the river banks, something important come up, and they will call each other and maybe have a discussion. And so that's what really happened. When they heard about the meeting, they got together. You had this man, Adam Flowers. He was kind of a leader in Flowers Bank, and so he was interested, and so he went and contacted all of these people that you see on the monument, the 14 people.
All but 2 of the men were free black settlers. They paddled down the Belize River in canoes, heading to what is now Belize City. They were there to cast a vote that would decide the fate of the settlement. Out of the 116 people present, 51 voted to evacuate, but 65 chose to stay and fight, and that margin of victory, exactly 14 votes. The Flowers Bank 14 tipped the scale. Their decision led to a defining moment. The British successfully repelled the Spanish invasion, and today their courage lives on in the story behind the 10th of September.
I know that even at the time when they began to Belize, they have this thing with us, Guatemala thing, and so that's why Belize is still there amongst we.
Because these people were slaves, right? So, well, but free slaves. So the majority were people that were a mixture of black people then, we had called Creole. And so others people who have maybe different skin color and thing, they didn't want them to have this, what you would call, they didn't want them to seem as if they were heroes, right? So they wanted to downplay it, right?
Flowers Bank isn't letting history fade. With help from the National Institute of Culture and History, villagers turned their community center into a museum honoring the Flowers Bank 14. Outside, a monument lists all 14 names, and 14 Belizean flags fly proudly in their memory. Chair Lady Keisha Flowers, one of their descendants, says it's all about keeping the legacy alive for future generations.
I'm as proud as ever, knowing I'm a Flowers. I live in Flowers Bank. My ancestors helped make a change, so of course I'm proud. We try to keep it as much as simple as it. We try to teach our kids as much as we could, so they could pass it on to their kids. In Flores Bank have always been a peaceful community. We try to keep it we try to keep our culture alive.
The community hold an annual celebration in honor of the Flores Bank 14. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.